Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Looks like we got a few people hanging out, waiting for it to start. Shauna, doing well, how about yourself? Okay, get those closed out. All right, we are ready to begin. You're good? Got someone to come and fix your mom's car today. How broke was it? Not much. You're just mechanically not. You're mechanically disinclined. Wow, that was a struggle for me to try and read and vocalize. That was low-key kind of embarrassing. Oh, well, apparently I saw fit that that Diglett's life needed to end. Hey, by Swayze, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Ooh, that's not good. We freezing. Bad. Okay, let's see if that's better. We opened up the door to the bedroom to see if we could get better connection to the router from here, and it seems to be working. What's going on, by Swayze? You got your OLED switch to hunt on yet? Better now? Good, good. Today you're dual hunting Mewtwo, then shiny hunting starter on OLED. Not bad. You still have a shiny starter hunt ongoing, or did you just do a playthrough on that one and say, we'll pick this back up later? You decided to get a full living dex before your OLED got here. Will be your 4th playthrough on Shiny Badge Quest. Okay. So, are you going to be dual hunting starters on 2 different switches? Or are you just doing 1 starter hunt at a time? Just 1 starter and 2 legends at all times? Okay. Fair enough. You save every legends on both of your complete playthroughs? Yeah, I've definitely saved the legends on my original playthrough for Fire Red and said, I will do my shiny only badge quest first, and then I'll hunt those. To be more precise, we might see about getting 2 more copies of this for another profile. Because why not do 4 Mewtwo's at a time, etc. You didn't save the roamers, though, don't care for them. Not to mention shiny hunting those is going to be crazy. That would actually make for an insanely long hunt. Say you approached it with 4 switches, right? Or even 3. Initially, it would be faster because you're hunting all 3 at once. Although I think effectively you could only do 2 at a time, due to how those ones work. But it would progressively get harder because you'll have less switches hunting as you find the roamer. So if I was to hunt the roaming legendaries in this game, I would need to do a 3rd playthrough on my profile and choose Squirtle. Outlandish, hello, welcome to the stream. We're hunting for Diglett. Want to get a nice solid ground type to take on Lieutenant Surge. Hey, Moondrop, welcome. I'm doing well. So far, this run has been incredibly nice to us. We have 2 shinies at 25 hours of hunting. Well, 26 now, counting the hour for Diglett, but with a combined total of like 3,100 encounters, you're hunting Staryu right now. That's actually a pretty solid choice. You're on day 2. How many resets? Yeah. You're surprised I didn't do Magikarp? Why is that? You might play some Radical Red? Nice. Lost count after 300. That's fair. I thought about doing Magikarp, right? But the reason I didn't is because I could do Magikarp as a static hunt, but I already did Bulbasaur as a static hunt. I'm doing Snorlax is a static hunt. I'm doing Abra is a static hunt. I say static, but it's really not. Well, they kind of are, actually. I might do a Dratini as a static hunt. So I wanted to get some wild encounters in there, such as Diglett. And I'm probably going to do a wild encounter for Ghastly. And then I have 2 more. I was thinking about doing Vulpix, but it seems a little bit difficult to actually get a Vulpix to spawn. So I'm wondering if I pivot into Eevee and just go for a Flareon for the run. I think that would be a waste of a shiny Eevee myself. But maybe I wait till Burned Mansion to try my luck for a Vulpix there. But then I'm going to be encountering Coughing Muck or something like that. Could happen upon a Magmar. Could happen upon a Ditto. I don't know. But I just didn't want to have the run be solid static encounters. So I'm trying to spice it up. But I know I'm not using a fishing rod for Magikarp when I can buy it for 500. Yeah, Galbarion. Pretty much. You're still kind of new to shiny hunting, but you did get a shiny Caterpie. I did see that. Congrats on the shiny Caterpie. Was it accidental? Were you going for something else? Or did you be like, you know what? I want a shiny Caterpie in like the hardest game to get it in. Alright, Outlandish. So are you familiar with Snorlax sleeping in front of Cycling Road and whatnot? Okay, a static encounter is that. It means I press A, I know I'm going to get this encounter. It's a guaranteed encounter that's going to reset or re-roll for shiny every single time that you soft reset or otherwise encounter it. Whereas this Diglett would not be a static encounter because I could encounter a Diglett or I could encounter a Dugtrio. For the purposes of this run, it is basically a static encounter-ish, but one caveat to that is I have to run around for it, And so it's not going to be the same consistency and speed each time. Like static encounters, you can get an encounter every 30 seconds by soft resetting. That's a given. This one, I might run around for like 5 minutes and not find a Diglett somehow, or I could find a new Diglett every 2 steps. So other kind of static encounters would be buying Abra or Dratini from the game corner, which is what I intend to do for them. Eevee is another static encounter in this game. And of course the starters. So like you could do a whole shiny only run just off of those static encounters. You got your starter, you got Magikarp from the Mount Moon guy, you got Snorlax, you got Eevee, Abra, Dratini, Scyther or Pinsir, Porygon. You could have a full team on it. And I didn't want to have my whole team be that, so. We got a random Spearow. We're going to get a random Diglett/Doug trio. I'm probably going to try for a random fire type. And I just can't bring myself to fish for a shiny. It takes too long. But I would be tempted to fish for a Staryu. That would be cool. Well, my kid is not down for a nap, apparently. Would I like to be your random starter? Sure, I'll be your random starter. Thanks, Outlandish, for subscribing. If you don't have your subscriptions hidden, it should pop up in a few seconds saying that you did so. But a lot of people have those hidden, so. Okay, I'm gonna go put my toddler back down for a nap. We're gonna give the chair a shot at a shiny. I'll be right back. You like my moves and ability, you think? What Pokemon did we get? What is the random starter? Oh, well, apparently I'm fixing to attack a Diglett. A Neuroforce Electros with Psycho Boost, Techno Blast, Bitter Blade, and Giga Impact. That's interesting. Those randomizers are pretty crazy. How long did it take me to get the shiny starter? 19 hours. Yeah, it didn't take me too long at all. In the grand scheme of how long shiny starters do take. Jason, welcome. Your homie's about 75 hours in and can't get a shiny Squirtle. We've had insane luck this entire playthrough. We had Spearow in just 994 encounters. So for all of both of my starters, or both of my shinies combined so far, we're under 3,200 encounters. Or, well, under 3,300, we'll say. Thanks. Yeah, we're having a blast with it so far. And, I don't know, maybe one of these shinies will make us go the distance, or maybe we just got a really, really good trainer ID, SID combo, and it's just going to be a great time the whole time through. Could be. Don't forget about Deoxys. Yeah, can't forget about Deoxys. I did a playthrough of Pokemon Fire Red just for kicks, and then shiny hunted Deoxys at the end of it. And before I got to that point, I was like, hey, I can shiny hunt Deoxys now, or I can do a shiny only badge quest on Leaf Green, and then have two profiles to shiny hunt Deoxys with, so it should go a little bit faster. And people voted and said just do shiny Deoxys now. And so I started shiny Deoxys and I had it within 35 minutes. We did like 71, 72 encounters and it showed up, so it was absurd. Had to post that reaction video to my channel. I still need to make the videos for the Bulbasaur and Spearow. I may just combine them all into one, or I may release them independently and then combine them all into one just for a recap of the run. I should play the lottery. Unfortunately, my luck only applies to video games. When it comes to ripping card packs, buying lottery tickets, or going to a casino of any kind, my luck is dismal at best. You always get nothing. I feel like that's how most people are. Yeah, I've usually had pretty good luck with shiny hunting. Like, I think my worst shiny hunt, as far as like how many encounters it took, was it was either Shaman or Dialga. And even then, I think they only got to just above 8,000 encounters. But Shiny Shaman almost broke me as a shiny hunter and made me stop doing it. Not because of the encounter number, though. Because, like, I shiny hunted Jirachi and had way less encounters, but way more time invested into it. Does speed shiny resetting and close the game affect your shiny odds? I'm not sure what you mean by speed resetting or speed shiny resetting. Are you talking about like frame skipping? Is making your frames run faster? Like 4 times speed or something like that? You're going to have to elaborate on what that is a little bit more, Naruto. Because if it is what I assume it is, and you just have speed times 4 on, yeah, like 4 times speed, closing your game. Initially, I would say no, it shouldn't affect your shiny odds. Perhaps it could to some degree, but like you would need a very, 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 very large sample size to show any significant uh, change to it. The reason being is, say you have 4 times speed on. What that essentially means is you're only getting 1 out of every 4 frames. So if your seed, say you get frame 1, frame 5, frame 9, so on and so forth. If your seed, when you power off, power back on, somehow manages to generate shiny frames that only end in an even number, you will never, ever hit that frame because you're skipping every 4 frames. It's unlikely, though, that the seed would generate an equation such as that to make that happen. That being said, if you have 4 times speed on, you're only going to be hitting odd number of frames, frame 1, 5, because you're incrementing by 4 frames each time. At least that's how I understand how that times 4 frame works. Now, it could have 0 impact in that the game is in fact calculating each one of those frames independently, but you're only seeing every 4th frame, which is more likely than legitimately skipping, if that makes sense. Strider, you have a theory for the game after Wind and Waves. You think it will be an Alola remake because of the Z Crystal in the Wind and Waves trailer and all the Alola references in Pokemon ZA. Thoughts? We are unlikely to receive an Alola remake right after Wind and Waves. Extremely unlikely. It is more likely that Wind and Waves is going to follow a similar culture to Alola region, being that Wind and Waves might be based in the Philippines as opposed to Greece, like people thought. And it's highly possible that it's another island culture. They said that this one is supposed to be closer to Japan as a region again, which Japan, Philippines, Hawaii are all in kind of the same neck of the woods on a, but like huge scale. So I wouldn't be surprised if Wind and Waves has a similar island culture to the Alola region. That being said, with Scarlet and Violet and everything that they were doing there, they showed that terrestrialization is a phenomenon that can be relocated with science and able to be extended to other regions. I see no reason why Z Crystals, Megas, Dynamaxing, well, maybe less so on the Dynamaxing, but Z Crystals and Mega Evolution could, in theory, exist anywhere else with terrestrialization. Thanks for the thoughts. You're the 55th streamer you told, and you will sub. Well, thank you, Strider. Now, what was the general consensus to the 55 streamers that you've told this theory to? Because like I can go off more on why I don't think Alola would be next. majority said black and white. That's my consensus as well. One of the supporting arguments for that is realistically, we have yet to really go out of order with remakes up to this point. And I doubt Nintendo will start now. We had a remake of 1 in 2002-ish, 2004, something like that. Remake of 2 in 2007, 8, something like that. And we've had a remake of 3 in 2015. We had a remake of 4 in 2021, 2, something like that. And 5 is next in line. Alola only came out like 8 years ago, right? 8-ish? No, it's closer to 2017. 9 years. 9-ish years ago. I mean, it's not a bad theory by any means. I mean, so that consensus I would say is right. Like, they could do the Alola games. And there are similarities, but I think it's more likely that it's similar because of cultural similarities than game potential leaking. Honestly, from what I've heard in the rumor mill, it seems like they might be going in for a big multi-region project, finally, for the Cantonian era, like Kanto, Johto, Ho, and Sinnoh. I haven't seen a whole lot of stuff to support it. But I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo cashed in on the MMO aspect of things. Linvok! Yeah! We caught a Sparrow. I was hoping for the Nidoran. Also, I need a nickname for the Bulbasaur. For when we get to the name raider. You did a super chat, and the nickname rights for the Bulbasaur are yours. Yeah, the only thing I'm surprised about right now, Strider, is the fact that they didn't announce anything for Black and White on Pokemon Day. That blew my mind. Or anything for a potential remake. They just said, yeah, Wind and Waves is coming out sometime soon. Cool. That's a couple of the streamers you've asked. I think I've heard of Chem Nation. Welcome back by Swavesy. My volume is very quiet. That's all. Bye. We'll catch you later, James. Probably because my mic was a little bit far away from my mouth. Yeah, that seems to help do that a little bit. You think you'll do a full playthrough with your eyes closed now? Do it. That challenge would be legendary. Oh my gosh, Lindvok, I love that name. Boba Fett. Your brother used RNG minus lation. Did it work for him? And I do believe somebody has done a playthrough of the, I don't know if it was red or blue or this game, with their eyes closed. Before you reset your OLED run, you're going to do some RNG stuff. Now I just need to find Travis Sowash to come back into the stream, because they dropped a super chat and I haven't seen him since. But they get nickname rights for Spiro/Sphero, unless somebody else comes along and does another super chat. So that's how that cookie crumbles. Like, they popped in like 5 days ago, did a super chat, and I haven't seen him since. So that was actually pretty funny. And I am having a devil of a time remembering to increment here. I will write that down for later. If we can't come up with Travis by the time we get there to the name raider, Jack Firo would be awesome. You would think incrementing would not be the hardest part of shiny hunting, but it totally is. Yeah, Uber noob. I am shiny hunting Diglett or Doug Trio. I would be happy with either. That's when you kill like 9 in a row to boost odds. I think I missed something. I mentioned increments. No, like just pressing the plus button to move my encounter up by 1. So like I'm just incrementing by 1 each time I encounter a Diglett for the encounters. But like I keep forgetting to press pushing the button. Fastest ever shiny food? Or fastest ever shiny found, encounter wise. Let's see. 5 times 16 is 50 plus 30, so that's 80. Unironically enough, my fastest shiny ever are both my Deoxys hunts to date. So, 35 minutes. You know, I'm not counting like Legends ZA where I just spam, you know, running back and forth up the stairs because you could find like 10 shinies in a matter of minutes. So that I won't count. But like active hunting, like I'm trying and striving, and it's a not newish game. Still Deoxys. I found a shiny Deoxys in like 4 minutes, and I'm not even joking. And that was one encounter on stream. So about 2 years back, I was experimenting with RNG manipulation on Pokemon Emerald and pulled up a shiny hunt. I did one test on Deoxys for calibration, and then the second encounter, I did one test on Deoxys for calibration just to see, okay, how close to these shiny frames am I going to get? I was like 1 or 2 frames off, and so I started my stream and loaded up the timer, and within 4 minutes I had the shiny. And then Deoxys on this without RNG manipulation for 35 minutes. With RNG manipulation, I got all of my Pokemon Emerald legendaries shiny in less than 11 encounters. My absolutely most insane shiny hunt, aside from the most recent Deoxys, was probably Cresselia. and I got that one in 16 encounters on BDSP. But that one took closer to 80-ish minutes because each reset's like 5 minutes. Sorry, I got a little distracted for a moment. Hey, Big Mouth, welcome back. Doing well, how about yourself? Darn. I was trying to see if I could use AI to make a dancing Gengar GIF. Not enough credits anywhere. A little bit sad, but that's okay. Heck yeah, Ruben, I'm still streaming. How you doing? I was multitasking, not effectively, though. I'm trying to see if I can use AI to generate a video of Gengar moonwalking for kicks. Just working away, as you should. I'm just enjoying my day off. It took me like a solid hour, but I think I'm finally getting into the stride of shiny hunting increment, shiny hunting increment. I've been having a devil of a time today remembering to press the counter button. I have a feeling my Abra hunt's gonna go so fast. What's my stream schedule? Outlandish. Typically, it is Monday, Friday, and Saturday, 8 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time to 10 p.m. Lately, and what I want to have it be going forward is basically every night, 8 to 10 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, with a few nap time streams sprinkled in the mix. That's why I'm streaming right now. My kids are taking a nap, so I only have as long as they will sleep for, which is typically from 1 to 3. Right on, Outlandish. Would be glad to have you. We like chit-chatting and shiny hunting and sharing in the suffering that is resetting. With some occasional hot takes. Ooh, I did that ditto, or that ditto. It's, these are dittos now, just so you guys know. Did that Diglett so dirty. Is anybody else here playing through Pokemon Pokopia? Hi, Cat. I hope you know it's not dinner time. You wish, but don't have a Switch 2? I want to ask some people's opinions on some story development. Yeah, it's a really great game. Like, it deserves the rating that it got, I think. But that may be because it combines, like, all of my favorite things into one game. Like, it would also be fairly great if they made, like, a Zelda version of that game. Like, imagine Link having to rebuild Hyrule one brick at a time while simultaneously taking down Ganon. You've been seeing everyone play it and didn't want to spoil it for yourself? What would you even call a Zelda game like that? Yeah, Shauna, I'll be streaming later tonight. Most definitely. 6 hours from now? Well, probably more like 5 hours from now. Do I think the Switch 2 is worth the price? Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. I'm not disappointed with it. You've been tempted to buy it? It's pricey for sure, but I've gotten a lot of use out of mine. Hey, Shauna, thanks for the luck. Have a great night, and thanks for stopping in. You want to play Tears of the Kingdom on it? I do too, but I keep making time to play Pokemon instead. Oh yeah, I've played Tears of the Kingdom. If I can ever get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers, I would actually be tempted to split my time between this and my Zelda channel. At one point in time, I had a Zelda channel monetized. So that was fun. Problem is, I never had anything good to put out on the channel while it was monetized. Like, I was hoping... Like, I got it monetized before Tears of the Kingdom came out. I was hoping that it would make some dot connections to the rest of the games and establish more of a timelines type stuff so that I could do theory videos on stuff on it and whatnot. But it didn't. And so I kind of lost hype for the series for a little bit. Like, the game was amazing, don't get me wrong. I love the game. And I did do some stuff on it, but nothing substantial. A Link to the Past is pretty great, yeah. It would have to be like The Legend of Zelda Blocks of the Kingdom or something like that for a Zelda game based off of like gameplay from Pokopia. You only have one playthrough on Tears of the Kingdom? I have like 3 or so. Breath of the Wild, you've passed 8 times. I lost count of Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Played that one a lot. I also would like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker on the Switch. There's increasing rumors suggesting that they're remaking Ocarina of Time for the Switch too. And like, I'm hopeful because so far we haven't had anything for announcements on Zelda's 40th, as I think is what it is. It would be really rad if it did turn out to be true. You were playing Marvel Rivals a lot before this dropped on the Switch? I have one of my moderators that is playing in super big into Marvel Rivals. Competitive is crazy addictive. I'm gonna see if I can let my computer like catch up for a minute. That is such a great song to have played choppy and crispy. Like, stream wasn't doing it justice. So we're gonna see if we can get the computer to chill out a little bit. Nope, didn't help. You know what? I think I do like that better down here. I think I do like that better down here. Which means I put this Yeah, I think I like that better. It might be moved back later. I don't know. We'll see. I can't make up my mind on where I want that information. Mished potatoes? How you doing? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? What's my favorite shiny? It's got to be a toss-up. Like, I think usually first I would say Agislash, second Obstagoon, and third, I do gotta hand it, Rayquaza is pretty gorgeous. Phantump is also a favorite. Phantump's got a good shiny. And I am kind of a fan of Regirock. You really like shiny Umbreon and Espeon? I get the shiny Umbreon. Umbreon shini's pretty dope. Never was a fan of Espeon's green shiny. Like, I personally think it should have went like a midnight blue or like a sunrise kind of orangish color instead of green. I got the life-size 34-inch Umbreon and Espeon plushes. They're in a big box. It's almost bigger than my desk. They're huge. And when I get my house built and am doing my YouTube area and slash computer room, I want it to have kind of like a Johto vibe going on with a split duality. So I want to have like a line down the middle of the background, and basically on one side it's Umbreon and the other side it's Espeon, and there's like just a shadowed out Johto cityscape behind them with like LED lights that kind of match that shiny blue Umbreon in black color scheme with a kind of a pink and orange color scheme. It's either that or it's getting Gengar to freak out, so to be determined. Can't go wrong with either choice. Yeah. I'm thinking it's gonna be pretty sick. If I can make the idea in my head go onto the wall, it'll be great. And I think I would have to get some like built-in shelving that looks like it's made out of like a dark wood or a mahogany of some kind, just to complete the aesthetic. And it might be like mahogany shelf in the back with what is it? Kind of like, I guess it would be what you would think of like when you see a Japanese sliding door, but on the sliding door part, that's where it's got that cityscape. Scarlett, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I can't believe that I haven't gotten 100 encounters yet today. Like, this is actually going slower, I feel like. But maybe I've just been super distracted. I feel like I started today off at like 54 minutes. So this has like been an hour and a half, and I don't know, maybe I got more encounters today than I think I did. Where are we at? 121. So I got 160-ish encounters today so far. We're not doing bad. Your encounter rate for Stardew ain't too bad. Good, good. Your party leader is Stardew with Illuminate. Does that work on fishing? Because you were fishing for a shiny, right? Shoot. If I had a good rod, maybe I'd have to fish for one too. Yeah, that's good. But then again, I don't really want to fish for a Stardew using a super rod. And the super rod, are you in like Vermilion City, or where are you at hunting? Is there anywhere that gives more frequent Stardew than anywhere else? Want to learn a fun fact? Oh, I'm always down for a fun fact. May not want to learn it after I've learned it, though, but we'll have a leap of faith. You've only tried there so far. I don't know if that's actually a confirmed fact or not, but it is definitely a fan theory for sure that Gary's Raticate passed away, and because he does say you don't have any deceased Pokemon, but at least I can make him faint. And it's true. It's gone from his team thereafter. So, but it isn't like straight up confirmed that that's why he's there, but heavily implied. It's like more than a theory, but not quite a fact. But Pokemon Origins might bring a little bit more light to that. Hey Remy, thanks for popping in and thanks for the luck. How you doing today, Remy? How's your shiny hunt going? You gave up on the shiny hunt last night, played some Pokopia, lost your ever-loving mind playing that game. It's a good game, isn't it? Hey, Karu! Welcome! Feel like it's been a long time. If this is indeed the Karu I'm thinking of. How you been? Given that it's on the main channel, I would assume so. It's good, but you had some issues with the Slowpoke quest. Oh, trying to get it to the Pokemon Center. Yeah, building that pathway is kind of not as self-explanatory as you would think, but no Pokopia content. Listen, that game is not one that I would want to stream just because, like, I feel like it requires a lot more focus on the game itself, and I would, like, ignore chats and possibly have other issues. Like, that game is addicting, and I feel like it's just a lot of building and a lot of personal customization and a lot of stuff that I don't know as people would want to watch, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. There's definitely a lot of fun to be had with it. You thought I'd be all over it? I did stream it for a little bit, just the opening, but I don't know. I think it would go about as well as one of my Animal Crossing streams, but more to the point, there's just so much more like bricklaying, more like a Minecraft experience, so I just don't have much in the way of Minecraft experience to go off of for that. Yeah, I thought it would all. You're right, Remy. It kind of might be a bad game stream. I've actually not seen anybody really stream it. Like, I think Sauce McGavin did a little bit, but it's just such a huge game and such a personal preference of what you want to do on your island. I just wanted to enjoy it. He was like, "Oh, I gotta lay this brick here. I want to spruce up the town in this way." And like, yeah, like I think doing a stream showing off what you've built or a video showing off what you've built is definitely like something to do with it, but the actual process maybe not until you got a good grasp of it. How's work been for you, Karu? You're team leading now, I hear. Your AC broke again? You're toast? Oh my gosh. And it's not even summer yet. My wife and I have been running our AC more than we would like to as well. Like, it's just crazy. But sorry that your AC broke. It's starting to get hot there in Cali. No doubt. Oh, you're in Cali too. Dang. You're 40 minutes from Mojave? Dang. Hello from Galaxy's Edge, Dr. Snapper. Welcome to the stream. What you streaming? What you popping on a stream at Disney World for, huh? Waiting to get your lightsaber. Okay, I mean that's fair. Apparently my cat saw fit to close my door. About to go in, but wanted to drop a like. Thanks for doing so, Dr. Snapper. And enjoy Disneyland. And get yourself a freaking sweet lightsaber. I approve. If you needed another person's approval to do so. You went to Disneyland last year and it was really fun? It better be for how expensive it is. That place ain't no joke. Your buddy's sons work there, so you only paid $600 for 6 people? Gosh, dang. Then again, I'm up in Idaho, so it's a trip just to go down there. But if you're already close-ish to it and can get there reasonably, then yeah, I can see how that would be cheaper. Okay. Done. Export video. You're like 2 hours away? Yeah, not bad. If it wasn't for your friend's son. Okay. I'm going to do one last encounter for this portion of the stream. I will be back on later tonight. At this point, in about 5.5 to 6 hours. Wait, that's not right. 5 hours. 5 hours will put us today. I might start a little bit early, but for sure, 5 hours from now, I will be back. Let's roll this last encounter here. And that is a wrap. But thank you guys so much for hanging out, chatting it up, liking the video, and supporting the channel. It does mean a lot to me. But we will catch you guys next time I stream later tonight.